keep this team together.
He struck him out. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Oh, the gorgeous weather continues here in western Pennsylvania tonight. The Pirates' long homestand continues, and they welcome in the first-place club in the National League Central Division. Their rivals, the Milwaukee Brewers. Bucks have won 3 of the first 5 meetings this season against the Crew. This will begin a 5-game series against Milwaukee. Greg Brown, Steve Lass, and Dan Potash with you. And the Pirates just took 2 of 3 against the Washington Nationals. Slowly but surely, Steve, maybe we're seeing a return to good starting pitching. Maybe not a lot of innings from the starters, but at least they've held the opponents in check the last handful of games.
Absolutely, and that's what really tells the difference, and the starters have been better. This is not the gold standard, as you say, but it is an improvement. So you go back, maybe starting with yesterday, Trevor Williams doing a good job working through some issues and holding the Nationals scoreless. So Williams and Musgrove, Nova has seemed to be better. Kingham had a good start, and Jamison Taillon last time out had a tremendous start. Not only had a tremendous start, but just an editorial comment, Greg, he took the high road, showed a lot of character in handling that situation when he was removed from that ball game. And so you hope that he plays off that. If he does what he did last Saturday and continues, well, the Pirates have a good chance to win this ball game tonight.
Well, the Pirates are getting just enough offense recently, including their shutout win yesterday, a 2-0 final score against the Washington Nationals, that afternoon ball game. And you have to credit the guy who is on fire right now, 7-game hitting streak for Starling Marte. Pirates only had 7 hits. He had a big 2-run homer.
Yeah, he has been leading the charge, and Clint Hurdle has stacked the batting order with a lot of right-hand hitters, and Starling's going to have some help tonight, but he has really been good. And if he can get a little bit of help, that would really go along right with the starting pitching and a red-hot bullpen. So you look for a recipe that starts with Starling Marte, starting pitching, bullpen, hey, then you have a good chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, the Pirates have to win a bunch of games. Neil Huntington has said that, and we'll watch Jamison Taillon take the hill against the Brew Crew. Coming up next. Going to make his 19th start of the year and 3rd this season against Milwaukee. Second trip in this season for the Brewers to PNC Park. Should be a tired bunch of Brewers. They played extra innings last night in Miami. They didn't land in the Pittsburgh airport until 4:15 this morning. So they did their best to get a little bit of sleep, but no doubt that they didn't get a full night's rest. Lorenzo Cain will be in the starting lineup following Eric Thames. You see there on your screen. Eric Thames will be followed by Cain, and then Christian Yelich and Jesus Aguilar, who last 6 games hitting at a .391 clip. Travis Shaw is the third baseman. He'll be followed by Brad Miller. And then the bottom third of the order is Tyler Saladino, Eric Kratz, and Wade Miley.
Jameson Taillon, last time out, a line where 6 2/3 innings, 3 runs. So he was brilliant. Maybe as good as I've seen him, but overall, 5-7, 4.05 ERA. And if he does anything like he did last time out, the Pirates will be very delighted with this outing. Greg, one thing I want to keep track of, this is a running Milwaukee Brewers team. Also, they lead the major leagues in team stolen bases with 74. So if they get base runners, you're going to have to be aware of what's going on the way to second base.
Craig Counsell, the skipper of these Brewers, ready to go. Eric Thames takes a strike. 80 degrees at game time.
Spectacular early evening here. Summer baseball. Sit down, enjoy.
Thames has a 6-game hitting streak. Leading off for the Brewers.
Yeah, they could be, as a team, they could be tired or they could be angry if they got in late.
Yeah, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins. Walked off in extra innings in their 2 losses. 1 and 2 on Thames.
And they got a somewhat precarious lead on the Chicago Cubs. Game and a half.
Tapped right side, Bell. A little bit behind Taillon, but he makes the play.
Yep. That's all about the feed, and it was a little bit behind, but Jameson, long reach, was able to corral it.
Check out the Pirates Honda defense. You see the Pirates are wearing their Thursday military unis. And Corey Dickerson is in left field with Starling Marte in center, and Jordan Luplow getting the start in right. David Freese, Jordy Mercer on the left side of the infield. Josh Harrison, Josh Bell on the right side. Elias Diaz does the catching for Taillon. So 4 games since Cervelli has come off the disabled list. They've split the catching duties, and a big swing by the all-star Lorenzo Cain, one of 4 all-stars on the Brewers. There is Francisco Cervelli, who's liable to show up playing first base before too long.
Took another shot behind the plate yesterday afternoon.
Cain and Christian Yelich, Jesus Aguilar, the position players that will be going to the Midsummer Classic in DC. 0-2 on Cain.
Hard to throw a more perfect pitch than Jameson Taillon just delivered.
Still 0-2. Cain back for a second go-round with the Brewers, and the 2 big acquisitions this winter by Milwaukee are going to the All-Star game. Cain and Yelich. Christian Yelich from the Marlins. He's hitting .290 with 11 home runs. And Taillon strikes him out. A high fastball.
Lots of weapons for Jameson Taillon. That high fastball, good side-to-side slider. He'll throw a curve every once in a while, change up, but he's liking that slider these days, and we're liking this fastball.
Taillon now faces Yelich. Taillon and Clint Hurdle apparently talked it out on Sunday morning about that situation, being pulled early. Pitch count in the mid-60s. Said he saw Edgar Santana warming up with 1 out in the 7th inning and was kind of taken aback by it. Pirates were leading 2-0. Taillon felt like he had his best stuff of the year, gave up a couple of singles through 6 scoreless. And after an infield hit and a force out double single, Hurdle pulled Taillon after 77 pitches, and he can't get to it before it dribbles foul.
It was a stunning removal. It was. There's no other way to look at it.
You know, Neil Huntington talked on his show about and backing up Clint Hurdle's decision. He talked about Taillon's opposition OPS the 3rd time through the lineup at 899. From the 7th inning on, 783. In fact, I asked Neil Huntington on his radio show, you know, don't you feel like the manager at some point has to show some confidence, though, despite those numbers? And now it's 2-2. And Neil Huntington said you could argue that by allowing him to go out there for that inning, he was showing him enormous faith and trust.
Interesting conversation.
And now it is 3-2 on a very close pitch there. Scott Berry calling the balls and strikes, says it's 3-2 now. Kerwin Danley is the crew chief at first. Carlos Torres, Paul Nart, the other umpires. Well, Jameson Taillon maybe with something to prove tonight. 1, 2, 3 and out. Half inning, Milwaukee nothing. The Bucks will come to bat. The plate against Wade Miley. Brewers go down in 1-2-3 fashion in the top half. RAV4 starting lineup for the Pirates. Starling Marte hits second. Elias Diaz, first career start, hitting in that 3 spot of the batting order. David Freese will hit cleanup. Then it's Jordan Luplow, Josh Bell, Josh Harrison, Mercer, Taillon against the veteran lefty Wade Miley, coming off the disabled list tonight.
He is 1-0, made his last major league start on May the 8th, and then left that ball game with the injury. He has won 67 major league games, 31 years old, out of Hammond, Louisiana, 6'2", 195. Drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Compensation pick, first round in 2008. And you worry about the rust factor. Now, he's been around long enough to know what the deal is. He hasn't pitched to major league hitters in a long, long time. 2-2 in 7 career starts against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates are 9-15 against left-handed starting pitching this season. Dickerson 0-9 in his career against Miley. You'll notice that Austin Meadows He is not starting yet again. It has become very apparent that he is no longer a part of the outfield rotation. He has not started in 6 of the last 7 games. Now with Jordan Luplow part of the mix and starting for a 2nd straight game. Well, one has to wonder about the short term for Meadows. See the Dickerson choke up, and the play made by Tyler Saladino retires Dickerson.
You just saw the last left-handed starter, left-hand hitting starter for the Pirates.
Here's the first baseman, big man Jesus Aguilar, going to the All-Star game for the first time. Brad Miller at second. Tyler Saladino, a couple of new Brewers, relatively speaking, up the middle. Travis Shaw at third. Yelich, Kane, Thames in the outfield, and veteran Eric Kratz, another big man behind the plate, makes his 18th start for the Brewers.
Former Bucco Eric Kratz.
Marte, the 7-game hitting streak, .462 average during this past week, and he's 7 out of 15 in his career against Miley. But right to Shaw for 2 outs.
Miley's best year was his rookie year with Arizona when he won 16 games. Had a great rookie year, a fabulous rookie year, 2012.
Out of Southeastern Louisiana University. Steve mentioned drafted as a sandwich pick, 1st rounder, 43rd overall by the Snakes in the 2008 season, and he was traded to Boston December of 2014. Elias Diaz, .290 hitter, .383 average against Southpaws. Broken bat bouncer. Miley will get over there, and he has a routine 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 1st. PNC Park. Happy birthday, young man. Number 8. Trevor Williams got win number 7 thanks to his strong performance yesterday. 5 shutout innings, and then the bullpen took over against the Washington Nationals.
Yep. As long as you put up zeros, well, you'd like to put them up for all 9 innings, but you put them up for as long as they leave you in there. You can't get beat when you're putting up zeros.
Pirates got the
some good
shutout.
pitching in and around some base runners.
Barrel League leaders shutout stat. Pirates are tied for 2nd in the National League in that department. Their pitching staff, the Cubs have 11. And first pitch strike to Jesus Aguilar.
Not only power, but hitting .307.
What a story he is. He was the fan final vote going to the All-Star game for the first time. 17 months after he was waived by the Cleveland Indians and picked up by the Brewers, and just 3 months since he became a regular player into center field where that sun is shining, and Marte is going to have a late break, but makes another great catch.
He lost that early and then found it late. Yep, you see him gesturing up toward the sun.
Sand sunglasses, so you take your chances, and he was able to find it on the Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
And sometimes when these guys do some good hitting, they'll raise their hand to the sky. This time he was raising it to the sun.
Over the past maybe couple months, Steve, in my opinion, Gold Glove caliber center field. He has made really all the plays out there, and didn't look real consistent, comfortable the first month or so of the season, but boy, it's hard to think that there's many better center fielders.
He's hitting on all cylinders, and playing defense on all cylinders.
I do wonder though about the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why aren't you out there? I mean, you only have to wear them for 2 innings.
Yeah, if that. That was a quick first inning. He doesn't need them right now because the sun is only bothering Marte, and only Dickerson should he hit the gap in left center.
Now, so all's well that ends well, but if he doesn't get to that ball, I mean, everybody's all over him, and should be, because you should have the glasses. I mean, it's a mistake to go out there without them.
Bell, easy play. Bell was out there again early this afternoon working on his throwing with Joey Cora, who's not only the third base coach but the infield instructor, and Kevin Young, who frequently comes to Pittsburgh and works with first baseman not only here but in the minor leagues. There's Joey Cora continuing to try and work on those throws for Josh Bell to second base. Putting in the work.
And sometimes you just get to feel like it's a mental block, you know, because he certainly has the physical abilities to do a lot of things.
Brad Miller, acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays, former second-round pick of the Mariners. He's hitting .260 as a member of the Brewers.
And he's up against a guy who has no trouble getting his feet on the ground here in the early part of this ball game, Jamison Taillon.
It's maybe unfair to say that Jamison Taillon has been a bit of a disappointment, but I think he'd probably say he's disappointed in his season.
One to tell you.
Yeah,
absolutely. He has very high standards.
Weekly hit, and he deflects the ball. Would have been an easy out. Instead, it's thrown past first, and they'll stay in play. If Taillon let it go,
or got it,
or either one.
Yeah. How many times are we going to see this? Deflections off pitcher's gloves?
A lot. And I guess for that reason, Stephen, I know you and I have talked about this. It does get to the point where you feel like if it's weakly hit and it's up the middle, or in that respect, you know you got a fielder there.
Well, I would argue that point, but I would go after every ball you think you can get as a pitcher. It's a shorter play. You get it. It's the easiest play in the world. But
if they can field it,
if they get it, yeah. Yeah.
And they just haven't done it for the most part.
But they should. They should make that play comfortably every time.
Well, that's not an error. It's a hit for Miller, and the batter is Tyler Saladino.
Ask Jamison Taillon what he thinks about that play. I should get it every time and then some, he'll tell you. You do a lot of things by instinct. You might know that guy is going to be back of you, if you stop to think about it, but that ball's on you and you react to try to get it.
And now it's a line drive, base hit into center. First and second, and it will bring up Eric Kratz. Pirates know where they stand here. We mentioned Neil Huntington's comments on his radio show on Sunday, basically saying, you know, with 8 games left, and that was on Sunday, and he was talking about the finale with the Phillies and then 3 with the Nats and 5 with the Milwaukee Brewers. Basically said 4-4 is not going to cut it over Monday through Sunday stretch. This is a 5-game series against the Brewers. Then the All-Star break, then it's on to Cincinnati and Cleveland before coming back home against the Mets on Thursday the 26th. And we'll have a real good idea where the Pirates stand come Sunday evening.
Yep.
It's either, you know, move forward and feel like you are getting back into the race, or conceding that it's not going to happen this year. And as Neil Huntington said, then you basically have to look to play some of the younger guys. Eric Kratz, no longer a younger guy, but still useful, 38 years old. He's with his 7th major league team since he made his big league debut with the Pirates. Recently ended an 0 for 23 slump. And now it's 3-0, and another issue crops up when we see something like this, and we've discussed this before. Pirates pitchers, when you have kind of weaker hitters in the lineup and not able to attack them, it's been a bit of an issue this year. To take nothing away from Kratz.
Yeah, and you can't possibly think that he's going to pick the easier matchup against Wade Miley with the bases loaded. I mean, championship pitchers don't do that, and Jameson Taillon doesn't do that. He's not thinking anything about Wade Miley right
now. And time called by Elias Diaz. A 3-1 count on Kratz. Kratz with 3 homers, 6 RBIs.
Step number 2 of the road back from the 3-0 count. Glove, mask. Double down on Diaz.
Francisco Cervelli, Steve mentioned, he got whacked real good yesterday with a foul ball, and you could see it really did shake him up for a moment. 3-2, got him with a breaking ball looking. 3rd strikeout, couple left for the Brewers.
scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. There's a look at Josh Bell, who is coming to the plate. And after yesterday's game against the Washington Nationals, well, let's just say he was busy as he went across the street to the Clemente Museum for a fundraising event. Items were auctioned off with the help of the Dream Builders Foundation, a nonprofit organization that helps financially, physically, and mentally challenged kids receive the support they need to achieve their dreams. The event raised about $40,000 for the food bank, and about $7,500 of that came directly from the auction. Josh said it was a really cool event, and then again, guys, just going to the Clemente Museum on a regular day is a pretty cool event, but to go and help out for a good cause, even more so.
Well done. Well done. It's a special place, and I'm sure Josh had a special night being there.
Yeah, that place always wows any person attending.
Dwayne Reeder and his staff over there, they put together quite a baseball museum, quite a collection. Baseball fan in this city, you need to see that. Need to be there.
David Freese, 385 career average versus Miley. Freese in that lineup again, and the way he's hitting last 20 games, 370 pace. It's a full count.
Working against Wade Miley, who was 8-15 with Baltimore last year with an ERA of 5.61. Brewers picked him up. The winner.
And another hit for Freese. Those good career numbers continue. And his hot hitting gets the second inning started. So it's Jordan Luplow coming to the plate. A couple of first basemen at times. Aguilar playing first, and David Freese has played a bunch of first base. Jordan Luplow 1 for 6 so far. The major league level was batting .297 at AAA.
Very, very hot bat. Indianapolis.
He was on a tear with the Indianapolis Indians. Luplow was hitting .422 over his last 20 games, .550 over the last 6. And with the third baseman back, tried to, at least thought about a bunt.
Maybe been watching Starling Marte get those bunt base hits every once in a while. Way out in front of that delivery by Miley, and falls behind 0-2.
Luplow played in 27 games for the Pirates last year, hit .205, and keep in mind, before the Pirates acquired Corey Dickerson, they had plans to use Adam Frazier and Jordan Luplow for the most part in left field. Now one away. Here comes Josh Bell. Luplow down on strikes.
Sporting a much better average as a right-hand batter.
Close to 300 from this side of the plate. Offense still not really clicking.
Yeah, did it with one swing of the bat yesterday. The 2-run home run by Marte.
A total of 7 hits. Mercer had a couple of doubles. David Freese had a couple of singles, and the Marte homer, the one swing that did produce the runs. Bell lifts this toward right center. Kane. Here's Josh Harrison. Free Shirt Friday coming up tomorrow. First 20,000 fans get one of these Pittsburgh Crawfords t-shirts. Thanks to AAA, it's Heritage Celebration Weekend. Go to pirates.com/Free Shirt Fridays for tickets. Bucks Brewers tomorrow night at 7:05, and the first 20,000 fans get one of those Pittsburgh Crawfords t-shirts. Jay trying to get that good swing going once again. As he drops down to the 7th spot of the order. Led off against Gio Gonzalez yesterday, the left-hander.
I don't know, Greg, what the record is for different lineups in the course of a season, but we're heading in that direction, aren't we?
Yeah. When the talk at the beginning of the year was how important it is to have a stable, or maybe not important, but how nice it is to have a stable set lineup. But most teams this day and age rarely go through a one set lineup. You have the struggles, and managers tinker. And quite honestly, Steve, in the current state of affairs in baseball, analytics play an absolutely huge role in these lineups these days. I don't know how much any manager even makes the lineups. There's ball 4. 1st and 2nd for Jordy Mercer, who also has good career numbers against Miley.
You're talking maybe, Greg, about patience for Pirate batters tonight, with Miley being away from the major league scene for so long. I mean, he won his first start on May 2nd against Cincinnati, and then 6 days later against Cleveland, 1/3 of an inning, 19 pitches, and then he has not seen major league hitters until tonight, since May 8th.
First pitch swinging for Mercer. Mercer 2 doubles yesterday. .455 career average against Miley.
And nothing cheap about those doubles yesterday either. They were shots.
Miley, Steve said, picked up by these Brewers over the winter. Well traveled. That high ERA with Baltimore last year. And into left field for the base hit. Cora will wave home. The runner frees. Here's the throw. Cut off. Throw to third is going to get him. Nicely done there on the cutoff by Shaw. Quickly tossing. Oh, the ball was dropped, says Joey Cora. You could hear him on our crowd mic. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. So rather than, this is good stuff here from the umpiring crew, and give Paul Nart a lot of credit. He's going to the other umpires. They saw it. Crew chief Kerwin Danley, and yes, he's safe. Well done. No need to go to New York. No need to challenge. Good work all the way around, and the Pirates lead 1-0.
More good work from Jordy Mercer. And the Brewers did a good job cutting this ball off to give him a chance at third base. They had nothing going at home plate. As Free scores, and there's Shaw, the Shaw shovel.
And he's out if he holds on to it.
Clearly.
Saladino dropped it.
But the umpire was blocked a little bit by Harrison, so initially called him out. And he got it straight.
Jay Hay. So Shaw drops that exchange. Jordy Mercer heads up base running too, as he was well aware. So 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs where a base hit could bring home a couple. Mercer gets the RBI.
Put it in play, Jamison. Take your chances. He's got 3 base hits.
He's got 2 ribbies. Trying to put it in play. Another look at a different angle at the base hit. You'll see Josh Harrison. You'll watch Mercer. He's got it right in front of him, and he saw. Go ahead, head to second. So we're a base hit. Could score a couple.
Good heads up work.
But Taillon goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning. Pirates take the early lead on the base hit by Mercer.
Show your military appreciation and use hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. T-Mobile will donate $1 for each post. And by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Jordy Mercer has given the Pirates a 1-0 lead at the RBI single that scored Freese. Freese had led off the second with the base hit, and back to work for Jameson Taillon. Here's the pitcher Wade Miley, not a bad hitting pitcher in his own right, takes a strike, and they have charged an error, by the way, on Travis Shaw.
What did he do wrong?
Didn't he drop that ball? Wasn't it Shaw? I'm sorry, Saladino. My apologies for Shaw.
Shaw gave him a pretty good shovel, I thought.
Yeah, I thought they said assist pitcher. But yeah, it was a underhand toss to Saladino, and he dropped it. There is the shortstop charged with the error. Steve, what do you think of the stylish eye black?
No, thick. You got to go wide, thick.
Is that a real stash, by the way? You think?
Too linear. Very much too linear.
Struck him out. Quick K of his mound opponent. Top of the order, Eric Thames.
So E5 over there for Josh.
What?
E5, Shaw was charged with an error?
No. E6, you corrected me. You were right. I said I apologize to Travis Shaw. Saladino got the error. And then we...
What did he do wrong?
He dropped the ball.
Who was the third?
I don't know. Haven't we done that routine before once in a while?
Isn't Shaw the third baseman?
We'll have to show it to you again. So everyone is clear. There's Darnell Coles, the hitting coach. As Thames grounded out his first time up. And now 2-1 on Eric Thames, 6-game hitting streak. Spent a bunch of time this year on the disabled list, a torn UCL of the left thumb. 2-2. Got him. Got the strikeout pitch going now.
Yes, he does.
All right, we're official scores now. Here's the third baseman, Shaw. It was the third baseman shoveling to the shortstop covering.
Yeah, but see, he's at third base.
Yep.
He dropped the ball. If he's at third base, he's got to be the third baseman, doesn't he? Come on, guys, get it right.
Some people are actually going to believe you.
Okay. All right. I stand corrected. Again.
Cut on and missed.
Jamison Taillon is dealing as he was last time out.
Won't this be interesting to watch if he continues this pace to what they do in a close game if he goes out there for a third time through the order? 0-2. Can't wait to see how this maybe drama might unfold.
I heard a great quote from Jim Ballmer. He said, I don't worry about third time through the lineup. I worry about the fourth.
That's a good one there. That's a good one. Struck him out. Whoa. Man on a mission, maybe. Bucks moving to the bottom of the third, back to the top of the order on a beautiful night for baseball. Great night, great weekend for kids and families. See the Bucks and the Brewers tomorrow night, the Free Shirt Friday, the Josh Bell bobbleheads. We got a Josh Bell bobbleheads. We got the natural double header, 12:35 on Saturday. And again, it's part of African American Heritage Weekend, and this is a cool.
That's a nice
bobblehead,
yep.
Right?
Well done. Well done. Keep your head still when you're trying to hit.
Now you're going to hit some home runs for us, right, Josh? Steve, what's Josh say about Josh? Going to hit some home runs for us?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Nod your head. Yes.
Yes.
Again.
Yep.
And again.
That's what we're going to do Saturday. Josh Bell bobbleheads. Easy for me to say. As Aguilar makes a nice play and Miley gets there.
Like Aguilar might have had a little trouble getting that handle on the ball for a minute, but captured it in time to get it over to his pitcher. See, he's playing way off the bag. Gets it. He got his back turned for a minute, and then a little bit of drama at first base. Miley, see him follow through toward third, reverses, trip. Come down the stretch, he wins by a nose.
Marte more committed than ever recently to trying to get a bunt down. And a couple days ago, he had 2 hits thanks to the bunt.
It's a great thing to watch, and it's a neat play. It's a pretty play, but you don't want him to fall in love with it either, because he's capable of doing a lot more.
It's a fine line then. Because you know, right now you've got the third baseman back. It's an easy bunt hit.
Yeah.
And
pick your spots.
Yeah.
Tied him up. Got in on his hands there.
And on the other hand, he has great numbers against Miley. Does Marte, career-wise. 7 out of 16. But he's caught looking.
Number 3 for Miley.
So Miley gets the ground ball by Dickerson, strikes out Marte, and now faces the Pirates catcher, Elias Diaz.
Lofty status for Diaz, hitting in the 3rd spot.
Cleanup for the first time in his big league career recently. Three times he hit cleanup. Pirates were winless in those 3 games, and that's one thing. Players pay attention to just about every stat. They may not say so, but they're very well aware, and I'm sure Diaz is aware that the numbers aren't great when he starts behind the plate. So another reason he and the Pirates would like to win tonight. Drives this toward left, sending Yelich back. And the Pirates go down in order for a second time against Miley. 1-0 Pittsburgh.
And you're looking at a very special group of students sitting there right now. But earlier this afternoon, this group from Puerto Rico actually had a chance to take in batting practice. This group consists of about 70 students from a local high school in Ponce, Puerto Rico, which was hit hard by Hurricane Maria earlier just a few months ago. They are in Pittsburgh as part of the American Federation of Teachers Convention. Guys, again, I know it was a big thrill for them to be here, and they're obviously here for a convention, but I can't imagine what they went through with that hurricane and some of the family members and friends that have been affected by it. So I'm glad to see them here and obviously smiling as well.
That is certainly good to see, Dan, as Christian Yelich takes a ball. There is the man from Puerto Rico, of course, Joey Cora. We have talked to him several occasions even before he helped lead that effort for the supplies hurricane relief effort by Pirates staff and of course so many Pirate fans. But the importance of Roberto Clemente in his life, hero to him and so many. Ponce, Puerto Rico. Those youngsters.
And they're watching right now the Jameson Taillon show.
2-1 count. 3-1 on Christian Yelich, who struck out swinging in the first.
Aguilar, yeah, you can see he's big enough. Makes that bat look very small in his hands.
Right to the third baseman, stationed perfectly, David Freese. The line drive out.
There you get way off third base, and where does he hit it? Way off third base.
Had some fun there with Ed Cedar, the third base coach, about that bullet. Aguilar hit that ball to shallow center field his first time up, and Starling Marte was able to finally pick it up out of the sun, make that sliding catch. Not only is Aguilar going to his first All-Star game thanks to the fan final vote, just 17 months after he was let go by Cleveland, picked up by Milwaukee, and just 3 months after he became a starter. And he's going to be in the home run derby contest in D.C., and that is why. That is a bomb. Aguilar's 24th of the season ties the game at 1.
That's got to lead the league, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does now.
Along with RBIs.
Aguilar takes over the league lead from Nolan Arenado and gets him to within 1 of the RBI mark of Eugenio Suarez.
Number 12 given up by Taillon. Back to even.
Well, you see he missed that location badly. You could see Diaz wanted that ball almost in the dirt. He was motioning Taillon.
There's flat out, flat strength.
This ball hit in the air to center. The second out. Shaw is retired. Brings up Brad Miller. Watch
Diaz.
Elias
Yep.
Diaz.
See where the glove is?
He actually hit the dirt with that glove.
Left it in the sweet spot. And you don't always get burned with that, but that time he did. Sometimes you get away with it. They'll pop it up. And you know, some of the terminology these days, Greg, the hitters will tell you, I'm hunting the fastball. That means I'm guessing. I'm guessing fastball. Yeah, I'm hunting.
Pretty simple.
Great new word.
Yeah.
I'm hunting. Hunting fastball. Guessing fastball.
One of your favorites is command.
Yeah.
Don't you love
Instead
that?
of control.
Yeah. He showed
Command sounds
great command.
dominant.
Yeah.
Command. I'm going to command success. Control. I'm going to control the direction my pitch goes in. Nothing wrong with speed either. Instead of velocity, still works.
Now the home run by Aguilar has tied it, and Taillon strikes out Miller to end the top of the 4th. 1-1 ball game as we move to the bottom of the 4th.
4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
David Freese leads things off here. Tie game. Jesus Aguilar's home run, the big man, number 24 on the year. And take a look at the home run derby. We mentioned that Aguilar is not only going to the All-Star game for the first time and voted in by the fans, one of 4 Brewers. He's also going to participate in the home run derby. As David Freese swings and misses, and here are those participants for Monday night in D.C.
Who's your favorites, Mr. Brown?
Let's see. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. I'll go Aguilar.
I'll go Harper.
All right.
He's big enough to hit it out, isn't he?
As we saw moments ago. Freese lifts this one to shallow right center. That was quite a defensive alignment in the outfield. They had the dead center field area completely wide open, with Kane playing well into right center, and Miley gave up that run in the second. But look at that. Look at that.
That's
Acreage.
extreme.
That is extreme.
Must be looking at those little spray charts with David Freese hitting a lot of stuff to right center field.
Craig Counsell, the Milwaukee area native, has done good work leading the way here for the Brew Crew.
I know he went to Notre Dame. I don't know if he graduated from Notre Dame.
He's got his former Notre Dame coach now part of his coaching staff, Pat Murphy. 1-2 on Jordan Luplow. There is Pat Murphy, Pedro Alvarez's father-in-law. I don't think Pedro's been picked up by anyone, although I'm not positive of that. The Orioles let him go not too long ago. Luplow struck out in the second. And to third, Shaw will get Luplow. So quickly, 2 outs. Start the spot of the 4th inning now. Josh Bell.
Don't be like the bobblehead, Josh. Keep your head still.
Yeah,
sit back.
That's a good idea.
I think Wade Miley would come under the category of crafty left-hander,
Yes.
Stylish left-hander,
Yep.
they used to say.
Whoa.
Doesn't overpower you.
And that pitch right down the middle. Maybe a little bit of a quick pitch there.
Doesn't appear to be wanting to waste much time. Right in on the hands.
Miley gave up 25 home runs last season combined total. ...157 innings with the Baltimore Orioles in those 32 starts.
.95 miles an hour.
Wow.
I didn't think I was going to see that. Where did it come from?
And Bell lays off to Steve's point of trying to be patient. Second walk. Here's Jay Hay coming up, and this week on an all-new edition of Inside Pirates Baseball, join Josh Harrison on his ride to work as he discusses parenthood, living in the suburbs, and how Pittsburgh has embraced him. Plus, Mitch Keller getting close to the major leagues. His minor league teammates think he's an ace. Those stories and top plays debuting Saturday after Pirates postgame. And a reminder again, that's a Saturday doubleheader here at 12:30. Natural doubleheader.
Come on out and gorge yourself on baseball.
2 for the price of 1 and that Josh Bell bobblehead giveaway. You saw the Pittsburgh Crawfords t-shirts that you'll be getting tomorrow night. Josh Harrison was modeling that in our promo earlier. Josh drew a second inning walk against Miley, his first time up. Just 8 walks for Jay Hay this season. As the block by Kratz.
To go along with just 3 stolen bases.
That is surprising as anything.
You wonder what Craig Counsell has in mind for Miley for his duration tonight. Count goes to 3-1. Coming back from that long layoff.
No. There we go, back to back now.
As we were talking about the other night, not only the walks do the damage in and of themselves, but then a pitcher who's walking people starts coming into the strike zone, and you don't know if he's going to come into those corners or not. And try to throw more strikes. Might be throwing more hittable strikes.
Miley walks back-to-back hitters. You see that pitch count. 67.
I didn't notice. So have we heard anything about their bullpen being well ranked at this point in the season, the Brewers?
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And of course, especially, although it's leaking oil lately. The all-star Josh Hader suffered a blown save the other night against the Marlins. He's been, for the most part, tremendous, but
didn't we give him some trouble when they were here last time?
A little bit. 2-0 on Jordy Mercer. Singled in the run in the second.
Same kind of a 2-out situation. Similar.
6 for 12 lifetime against Miley. And a strike catches the edge. 2-2. Pitching Mercer tough here. Pitcher Taillon on deck.
Big at bat right here. Catch a gap, it'll get you 2 runs.
Fouls that one off.
Josh Harrison getting as much of a lead at first base, so if you do catch a gap, he should have a chance to come all the way around. He's discussing how far he can go with Aguilar before Aguilar starts paying attention. That's what's called a comfortable lead. Just keep on sliding towards second.
Line to left, off the tip of the glove of Saladino. Mercer does it again. Pirates lead again. As Harrison winds up at third, Bell scores.
Rinse and repeat. Off the glove of Saladino. Well, he's having a tough time getting his glove around the baseball. There it is. Knocks some of the speed off it, so it makes it a comfortable trip for Josh.
Saladino charged with an error earlier. It didn't end up hurting Milwaukee, and that would have been a sensational catch. So Mercer 2 for 2, both ribbies, and Taillon once again to the plate with 2 outs. Josh Bell drawing that important 2-out walk.
And nice to answer that tally that the Brewers put up on the board. Answer it right away. They did.
Mercer takes off. There'll be no throw, and Mercer will get his second stolen base in the last few days.
So we're right back where we were again. Jason Taillon up with men at second and third and 2 outs.
Mercer stole his first base of the year on Sunday with Nick Kingham at the plate. Then Kingham followed with a 2-run double.
You hear that, Jameson?
2-2. And he goes down to end the bottom of the 4th, but the Pirates regain the lead against Miley and the Brewers. It's 2-1. Can't look back. Jameson Taillon taking that advice, but maybe thinking back to an opportunity that got away from him his last start. Jordy Mercer has driven in both runs as the Pirates take on the first place Brewers in the first of 5.
Forget about Marte. The hot bat now is Jordy Mercer.
Yeah.
2 doubles yesterday, 2 singles tonight, RBIs, productive singles.
And does not get 2 calls that look like perfect pitches. 2-0.
Should be 0-2.
Now it's 3-0 on Tyler Saladino. Home plate umpire Scott Berry tonight did not give Taillon those first 2 pitches that looked like strikes at the knees. Now gets that one. And a leadoff walk, this all-important 5th inning for Jameson Taillon and the Pirates. Taillon's 2 starts this year against Milwaukee. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 run at Miller Park on May the 5th. The game the Brewers won 5-3. And then his last time out against the Brewers, an abbreviated series because of a rainout. That's the reason there's a doubleheader on Saturday. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs in a 3-2 loss to Milwaukee.
Had 7 strikeouts in that game, which he's sitting on right now.
By the way, Aguilar homered and doubled in a run and drove in all 3 runs that night here at PNC Park on June the 19th. This ball ripped into left center. Marte over quickly. And a great job to hold the slow-footed Kratz to a long single, but Eric Kratz follows the walk to Saladino with a base hit. And now the Brewers in business in the 5th.
Pitch that's left kind of middle, almost middle, and kind of catches a gap. But, you're right. Good delivery into second base.
Miley figures to at least try and bunt Kratz to second. But he's not.
Not on that delivery.
Pirates weren't really expecting it. Miley has a pretty good offensive numbers in his career for a pitcher. There's Ed Cedar. Miley a 154 average in his career. Well, the Pirates will certainly take this if Taillon can get him and not advance the runners. That would be fantastic. Oh, 0-2. Got him swinging and a strikeout. So whether there was a missed sign initially or what, an unproductive out for the Brewers.
It remained a mystery for two swings.
Apparently this is kind of odd, Steve, because Craig Counsell looked like he was yelling towards Cedar to go talk to him. This is 2 pitches ago. Talk to him. Well, he didn't do it.
I can understand mixing up 1 time, but 2 times? But apparently we were the only ones surprised. The Pirates weren't expecting a bunt. Anyway, good for Jameson.
Now important to get Thames, and boy, wouldn't it be nice to get a double play ball here. Well, Thames strikes out a bunch. Steve, if a manager, any manager, thinks that the third base coach, well, his hitter is not getting the message, why not like yell, stop the game, and just yell towards Cedar, go talk to, or else talk to him yourself, come over here.
Yeah.
And what's the secret?
No big secrets there. He's right.
Whoa. 0-2.
So we got that 96-mile-an-hour fastball still in our back pocket. Oh, let's talk about sliders and breaking balls and changeups. You see, he wants the high fastball. That was perfectly placed. That was right toward Diaz's mitt.
Runner goes for second, and the strikeout,
Number 9.
which matches his high in his first start of the season, a stolen base for Eric Kratz.
Got to be first on this career list. Well, here's the good news. The curveball is right there. Here's the unusual news, a stolen base for Eric Kratz.
First major league stolen base handed to him. Now Lorenzo Cain.
This would be the great escape.
Strike one. Call there from Scott Berry, and Cain, you see, disappointed.
As he should be.
9 strikeouts, matching Taillon's not only season high but career high. And isn't it interesting that we are now in that situation for Taillon that we were in his last start against the Phillies? The 3rd time through the batting order, though it's only the 5th. Bullpen's quiet. One and two.
And that's a swing from the heels.
We're talking about a guy in Lorenzo Cain who is 3rd in the league in on-base percentage.
That certainly wasn't an on-base percentage type of a swing.
One ball, 2 strikes on Lorenzo Cain. '98, 2-2. Christian Yelich on deck.
That's when you're really wanting it, when you reach back and get extra on the fastball.
And, 3-2 count. Taillon versus Cain. Has struck him out twice. He's 1 strikeout away from a new career high.
Is he going to be able to get Cain?
Yes! What a job! Striking out Miley, Thames, and Cain in order. This is the strikeout of Thames looking, and Cain swinging. Phenomenal job tonight so far through 5 innings from Jameson Taillon, a new career high with 10 strikeouts.
In 5 innings. What
Whoa.
a tremendous piece of work in the top of the 5th inning. Tremendous work.
Top of the Pirates order, 3rd time around for the Bucks against Miley. Two and 0 on Corey Dickerson. The walks hurt Miley in the 4th and in the 2nd. And now he falls behind Dickerson 3-0. Like Harrison, a guy who does not walk much. Dickerson has walked only 10 times this season. And it's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off. Let's go back to Rob King, studio on a game break. All right, Rob, thank you. Meantime, the Phillies lead the Orioles 5-1. And that National League East race tight with the Braves and Phillies up on the Nats. And there's another hit for Starling Marte. 1st and 2nd. And with that, the bullpen in center field for the Brewers is going to start to move along here. Base hit for Marte, an 8-game hitting streak.
Well, let's pile up some offense tonight. The Pirate bats have been sluggish, get a bunch of runs, and show Jameson how you're feeling about his work so far tonight.
Well, let's not have to worry so much about that Pirates bullpen. Trying to rest
have him look over his shoulder and see the river.
Yeah. let the Pirate bullpen look over its shoulder. That's right, not Taillon looking over his. 0-1 on Elias Diaz. The man of the hour, Jameson Taillon. Setting up shop here for a potential big inning against Miley. Coming off the 60-day disabled list today.
Well, Council would like to get 5 innings out of him.
Wow. Diaz looking for 3 runs out of that swing.
Yeah, he's going to hurt himself if he keeps swinging like that.
I was going to say, Miley had the right oblique strain, landed him on the DL.
For 2 months.
Yeah, Diaz going to strain something there. Well, unproductive out there. And a big one for Miley.
I think Elias Diaz wants to do so much with his throwing, with his hitting.
David Freese.
Keep his hot bat going.
1 for 2. Singleton scored in the 2nd.
Think about Wade Miley. He's probably just delighted to be out there, to be quite honest.
Yeah, a long year for him. Well, now the count favors Freeze. And
down to cases now.
3-1.
He has walked 4. If he can get through this inning, it would be his last. It's just a matter of Pirates trying to prevent him from getting through the bottom of the 5th.
Full count on David Freeze.
Gutsy delivery there. The breaking ball. That's from a veteran who doesn't want to give in and throw the fastball in a hitter's count.
By the way, opponents hit just 148 with 2 strikes against Brewers pitching this season. They have been tremendous once they get a couple strikes on hitters. Line foul out of play. Deep, but foul.
Big pitch here coming up.
And he draws the walk.
Good at bat for David Freeze. Really good at bat. And that, well, keep an eye on the dugout.
Counsell not happy at all. They are loaded. What does he do? Does he stick with Miley? Now at 94 pitches. Kratz will call time and head to the mound. The bullpen is ready. Now just a matter of whether Counsell has he already made his decision to let Miley pitch here. He's talking it over maybe here with Pat Murphy.
Maybe he wants to give Miley a chance against the rookie. Or is Luplow still considered a rookie?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Have the veteran against the rookie. Pirates have set up shop to break this thing open.
He does have the right-hander ready in the bullpen. Adrian Hauser. Lee Tunnell, the bullpen coach there, former Pirate, talking to him about potential matchups. Now, what's interesting here, of course, is Josh Bell is on deck, the switch hitter.
We want to turn him around. He's had a better average against lefties.
Luplow right at second, going to be a double play. Brad Miller just trots to second for an inning-ending double play. 2-1 Pirates. If he does freeze, does he get back to the bag? And we'll see Taillon back out there. And as you enjoy Miller Lite, look forward to the hold true moment later in tonight's game. 10 strikeouts, career high, and the 6th inning begins with Christian Yelich.
And the breaking ball.
And the over the hump inning. 78 pitches, 77 total, and 6 2/3 his last start.
Just absolutely masterful in the top of the 5th. First and third, nobody out. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. That's Vasquez like.
Yeah. The strikeouts have come in bunches consecutively.
How about the top 2 guys in the order?
Yeah.
6 at bats, 5 strikeouts.
Thames and Kane add Yelich to that strikeout victim list. Backs him up a bit. That tight heater up and in. Does that set the stage for an off-speed pitch here against Yelich?
He's done some nice work with the curveball, the slider.
Oh, the big curve does not break.
Yep, got out in front of it. Get the body out in front, tough to catch up and force it down into the zone.
Miley has done good work tonight.
I would assume he's done. Could that be? No, maybe not. Who knows?
Oh, doesn't get that call. And it's a walk.
His second.
That looked like the perfect pitch.
Right there, you can get that call. Sometimes you don't, but most time you should. Should get a strike call on that pitch.
Four of his 10 strikeouts have been looking. Aguilar homered in the 4th. Aguilar is now 4 for 10 against Taillon. The top home run hitter currently in the National League. He leads the league in slugging. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Didn't figure to get much playing time at the start of the season. What with Ryan Braun slated to see a lot of time at first base because they added 2 outfielders, Yelich and Kane, over the winter. And Thames was coming back healthy, so Aguilar was going to be a backup basically at first base. Then injuries costing Braun more time this year, and Aguilar has taken full advantage.
Got him where he wants him.
To center, Marte back with some room. Got him. 1 away.
This is like the Matt Adams show the other night.
You didn't miss that by much, and he knows it. Travis Shaw has grounded out and flied out. We've got baseball got away, so timeout momentarily. Shaw, who left Wednesday's game a little bit of an ankle injury. Weren't sure whether we'd see him in the starting lineup tonight. Acquired from the Boston Red Sox before last year for pitcher Tyler Thornburg, who just now came back after injuries, back with Boston.
You know, another thing about this third time through the lineup too, Greg, you've seen a guy twice before. Maybe you can change your pattern. Instead of starting him off with a fastball, start him off with a curveball. Here's the pitch in question there that missed, but really didn't miss because it's 0-2.
And it stays 0-2. Yeah, Steve, I agree with you. I think we've talked about this so much over the last couple of years. There certainly is room for the analytics and the numbers. Baseball's a numbers game, but boy, we'd like to think that the eye test is so important.
Yeah, trying to get in the gut of a pitcher who's working and knowing what's working and what's not working.
Bounce to second. Harrison will throw to get the force there for the second out.
Yep, did what they could. They got the man they needed to, and the man that was available. So right now you're just going down the street, running Jamison out there as far into this ball game as you can. Just a good chance to add on.
Opponent batting average through the lineup for Taillon.
Yep, they know the numbers.
Was cited on Sunday by the Pirates.
Can't argue with the numbers.
Ball one on Brad Miller. Hit a chopper off of Taillon's glove that went for a hit and struck out in the fourth. And now 2-0. Miller was picked up from Tampa Bay on June the 10th. Deal for a minor leaguer. Well, it wasn't long ago, just a couple years ago. In fact, he had 30 homers, drove in 81 runs for the Rays. Two balls, one strike to the Orlando, Florida native. Aguilar's home run, the only run against Taillon so far. Miley has given up 2 runs. Each club with 4 hits. 3-1. Pitches by inning, the pitch count, and the bullpen phone will ring. Broken bat. Harrison on to second. Taillon putting a foot down. PNC Park. Seamus and Taillon outstanding tonight, but and maybe it's a step in the right direction, but you could see Taillon wanting to stay in this ball game. And Clint Hurdle's going to go over there and try to shake his hand, and Taillon, you can see he's reluctant. Does not want to leave this ball game, but the Pirates have made the decision. And he's going to be gone after his 6 brilliant innings. And he hugs some of his colleagues on the pitching staff, including Trevor Williams, Nick Kingham. So Jonathan Villar takes over at second base here for the Brewers, and Adrian Hauser is now on the mound for Milwaukee. Facing Bell.
Here we go again.
Two and 0. Adrian Hauser recalled today along with Alec Asher from AAA Colorado Springs. Taillon and his battery mate Elias Diaz. What a performance. He wanted to continue, but he'll have to settle for 6.
Stud-like.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we just hope that the Pirate bullpen stays hot.
And Josh Bell draws his 2nd consecutive walk. Kick off your weekend with the Bucks and some of the best bands in the burg. Friday Night Rocks. Get tuned into Pittsburgh's music scene, showcasing local artists and tracks throughout every Friday Pirates broadcast. Spinning Jenny, our featured performer Friday night as the Bucks take on the Brewers. Game 2 of this 5-game series. Friday Night Rocks presented by Iron City Beer. Line toward right center and going to drop in. Knocked down by Kane. Puts runners at first and second. Harrison aboard for the 3rd straight time. 2 walks and a hit.
Just short of the center fielder. There's quick action here in the bottom of the 6th. I hope they score 10.
Beautiful look. The skies above PNC Park. Now Jordy Mercer 2 for 2. He's going to try and bunt the runners. Bunted toward first.
Polanco in the on-deck circle.
Now Shaw has taken a step in. Mercer's still going to try and bunt and takes the pitch in the dirt, and Bell will take off for 3rd, and into second goes Josh Harrison. A big wild pitch there.
That changes everything. That straight over the top curveball. Clank off the glove. 180 feet. Have yourself a night, Jordy. Base hit here.
And Bell not hesitating, and Harrison follows suit. And now the infield shortens up. Lined into right center. Yeah, have yourself a night, Jordy is right. This will score 2 more. He's 3 for 3. He has driven in 4. It's a Jordy Mercer kind of night. And the Bucks take a 4-1 lead.
Well, that gives everybody a breath. And we're going to have a moment to collect our breath as there's going to be a visit out to the mound by Derek Johnson, pitching coach for the Brewers.
Ties a career high with his 4 RBIs. Bell and Harrison.
Still nobody out. Well, you want to have yourself a good weekend. You start by trying to win the front one. And nothing decided yet, but got a leg up.
So a 4 spot on the board. And now Gregory Polanco will be called back. Colin Moran instead will pinch hit, with Mercer delivering the 2-run single. Moran did not start against the lefty Miley. 2 straight games against lefties. He has not started. Josh Bell has scored 2 runs. Pirates taking advantage of free passes tonight. Wade Miley walked 5. Jamison Taillon now continues to root on this offense. Yes, says Paul Nart on the appeal.
Final line for Jamison: 6 innings, a run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Career high 10 punchouts for JMO in 6 innings, no less. Heck, he had 10 in 5 innings. That'll be something the PR department, I'm sure, will be looking up. The last time a Pirates pitcher struck out as many as 10 in 5 innings.
Don't average 2 an inning very often.
Two 2-1 count. Didn't want to. The Brewers do strike out a bunch. Only 3 other teams in the National League strike out more times. Taillon took advantage, talking to Chad Kuhl.
He's going to be on the shelf for an extended period of time.
And bounced into right field. The pinch hitter, Colin Moran.
Thank you, ma'am. Yep. This set a nice tone. You break out and score a bunch of runs on top of a dominant pitching performance. Set a nice tone for the weekend.
3 straight hits after the walk. Now Corey Dickerson. Wade Miley gave up just 2 runs, walked 5 in his 5 innings. Joe Musgrove now chatting it up there with Nick Kingham, Trevor Williams. Taillon and Kuhl. And no surprise, we talked about that after Kuhl was pulled from that game a couple weeks ago, that it was going to be a long time before he returned to the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he certainly is disappointed.
On the other hand, Adrian Hauser got here just in time. Recalled today.
Check swing, foul tip. And thanks to Becky Ranko, who did give us that information about the last Pirate starter to strike out 10 or more through 5 innings. Ivan Nova struck out 11 through 5 innings 2 years ago, September 13, 2016. Taillon strikes out 10 in 5 innings tonight. So we're talking about Chad Kuhl and our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Just confirming what we had suspected, that strained right forearm, been on the 10-day DL, but he's going to be shut down for at least 4 weeks. So he was done in his starts this season. Actually saw him walking in from the parking garage early this afternoon in street clothes as he walked from right field toward the dugout. He was walking in foul territory down the first base line, and then he saw the pitcher's mound, which was the tarp had covered the mound, and he decided to walk up to the mound and look at home plate and just kind of go through a pitching motion, knowing it was going to be a long time before he was actually back competitively. This ball bounced sharply to short. 6-4-3 double play. Two down after 2 runs were in, and brings up Starling Marte as Moran is erased.
It's a big double play for the Brewers if they want to stay in range here. Let's see if Starling can do something with 2 outs and pick up that last run, or at least one more. That's interesting too, because he's been bunting a lot. Travis Shaw is way deep. I mean, really deep. Now he's creeping in some.
If he gets that bunt down here, he can walk to first practically.
So you got to make sure that Mercer's on the same page.
And he's going to drop it into right field instead with a base hit. Starling Marte already extended his hitting streak to 8 straight games with his 5th inning single. He's 2 for 4, and the Pirates take a 5-1 lead.
That's big. That is big.
2-out single, driving in a run for Starling Marte.
And now he'll try to steal second.
Yep. He has 23 steals on the year. Elias Diaz at the plate.
We were wondering about the Brewers running tonight. They did not. Didn't have many opportunities to do that. And Marte will try to swipe one for the Pirates.
He's tied for the league lead with Michael A. Taylor of the Nationals and the Braves' Ender Inciarte.
Doesn't appear that right there on that delivery, if Hauser was paying too much attention to him. Works him with a set position there. Yep, they haven't forgotten about him.
Marte actually had stolen his 24th base of the year yesterday against Gio Gonzalez, but he overslid the bag on the head-first slide, and that went down as a caught stealing.
Pirate fans booing a little bit there because they've not had a chance to boo Ryan Braun tonight.
Yeah. Braun on the DL. Five runs on 8 hits for the Pirates.
Ryan Braun has a back problem.
Shortstop Saladino to VR, forces Marte, but the Bucks have a 5-1 lead for Taillon.
On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Check out barreltires.com and never overpay for tires again. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
Richard Rodriguez, part of this Pirates bullpen that has been, for the most part, recently pretty strong. 5-1 heading to the 7th. Here is Rodriguez. Jordy Mercer, 4 RBIs, matching his career high. Point Park University tweets for Jordy Mercer. It's the second time in his career he's driven in 4 against Milwaukee. Last time he had 4 RBIs in a game, September 23rd last year against the Cardinals.
"32nd appearance for Rodriguez. The rest of his numbers: 36 innings, 46 strikeouts.
Rodriguez was one of the 5 pitchers used for relievers yesterday to 5-hit the Nationals. Pirates' 10th shutout of the year. Rodriguez followed Trevor Williams, who went 5 to start the ball game.
And we're featuring the starters on the opening part of the ball game tonight. Jamison certainly keeping that string going. Now it's all about strikes. This stuff is there. Talking about grips. Get a grip on yourselves. Come on. That's change-up grip with, yep, how many fingers on the ball. Trying to figure out ways where they can throw it as hard as they can and not make it go fast. That lets the hitter see the mechanics of a fastball. It just didn't get there like a fastball.
Ivan Nova there. And Saladino on a 3-2 pitch. He is on base for a 3rd straight time. Brings up Eric Kratz, who has struck out and singled. Join us July 28th, Pirates Charities Night on AT&T Sportsnet. Your donations this year go to Miracle Leagues, which help kids and adults with disabilities play baseball. One program your donations will support the Miracle League of Morgantown, West Virginia, the second oldest in the country. The league has over 100 kids participate annually. That's coming up July 28th. Hope you'll get involved and help out the kids. Miracle League. Purchase those bags. Well, one on Eric Kratz. He singled and stole his first major league base in the 5th inning.
You know, pitchers, you look at them in the dugout, they're like quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks. They all got a football in their hand. Baseball pitchers, it's boring when you're not pitching as a starter. You find all kind of things to do, pass the time.
But that's pretty useful there. Useful time spent there, right? Chatting about pitches.
Exchanging ideas, but
Yeah.
don't tell somebody, hey, I want you to try this.
Right.
That's up to Ray.
Trevor Williams, Chad Cole, Joe Musgrove.
If there's modifications to be done or adjustments or tweaking, that's up to Mr. Surge. But guys have been known to say, hey, I was talking to Joe Blow the other day, and he told me about his changeup, you know, and I started fooling around with it, and it started working. Those stories can evolve.
3-2.
That's your life right there. Grips on that baseball.
Full count on Kratz. And a fly ball to Marte. Not going anywhere on that arm. Eric Kratz flies out for the first out. It'll bring up Jonathan Villar. The MLB.TV All-Star Sale is here. $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this sale.
Guys in the bullpen, they don't have baseballs in their hands.
The Pirate All-Star among those relievers. Felipe Vasquez
had to cancel a lot of All-Star break plans. Happily, I hope. Happy to go there.
The hooded one there, and hopefully a night off for him. Picked up his 20th save yesterday. Little tapper. Rodriguez for the out. Saladino to second. VR retired. And Richard Rodriguez will look for a final out. Yesterday he struck out the first man he faced, then a rare free pass. Trey Turner walked against him before he got Wilmer Defoe to hit into an inning-ending double play. And then it was Edgar Santana in the 7th, Kyle Crick in the 8th, and Felipe in the 9th. Two of Taillon's 10 strikeouts came against Thames.
Still looking for the fastball. Still not seeing it.
and just does get a piece of it.
Still looking for the fastball.
Still not getting it. Now Edgar Santana. And the fastball comes up and away. And Thames strikes out a third straight time. That's a turkey. Lead. Jameson Taillon had 10 strikeouts, including 3 straight in the 5th inning. 10 on the night through 5. He would put up a scoreless 6th. So the lead was just 1 when he was told he was done for the rest of the night. And in the bottom of the 6th, Jordy Mercer got him 2 more runs. With this 2-run single, bringing home Josh Bell and Josh Harrison. Then Starling Marte with 2 outs brings home Jordy Mercer, a 3 spot and a 4-run lead. Jordy Mercer helps 4 of the 5 runs driven in by Mercer, and the UPMC scoreboard 5-1 Bucks. 10 strikeouts for Taillon, a new career high. Aguilar's home run leads the National League.
David Freese on base a couple times.
Pirates and the Brewers are the only 2 teams in the National League Central playing on this Thursday. Brewers started the day a game and a half up on the Cubs. 11.5 in front of Pittsburgh. And the Cardinals have fallen 7 back in the division. These 2 clubs hook up again tomorrow night on a Free Shirt Friday and a Dollar Dog Night. And home plate umpire Scott Berry says Freese offered that pitch. Meanwhile, the Cubs are out west, take on the Padres tomorrow. The Cardinals will host the Reds.
And it looks like Craig Counsell just wants to get some mileage out of Hauser tonight. Leaving him in there, although they're starting to move around a little bit out there now.
Makes some sense. A fairly worn bullpen for the Brewers, who again got in at 4:15 this morning after suffering that walk-off loss, 5-4 and 12 innings to the Marlins in Miami. Starlin Castro, game-winning hit. Tyler Glass now going to get some work. Another walk. Miley walked 5. And Hauser walks his 2nd.
Seems like the Pirates want to continually upgrade the progress of Tyler Glasnow. See how he's moving along, moving forward, different situations. And you only can chronicle that by getting him out there. Let's see if he indeed comes in. I don't think that's a casual looking game of catch out in the bullpen right now.
Yeah, Richard Rodriguez pitched an inning yesterday, pitches tonight, so good chance we'll see Glasnow, and they get one, and they turn a double play. Jordan Luplow, who lined into a twin killing in the 5th. It's the 3rd straight time the Pirates have hit into a double play. 3 consecutive innings, I should say, that's occurred.
Probably the only reason it's just 5-1 at this point.
Well, we promised you because Josh Bell bobbleheads are given away on Saturday, part of the doubleheader. There's Richard Rodriguez. That he would hit a home run. He did. The Josh Bell bobblehead promised us. Will it be tonight? Love to see him get back on track with the long ball. Two and two. There it is. Saturday doubleheader. 2 for the price of 1, and a Josh Bell bobblehead.
He promised?
He promised.
Okay. Hold him to it.
He was one of the top rookies last year.
26 taters.
Three and two. Rookie Hauser. Jay Hay has walked a couple of times. Bell, 2 free passes. Freeze. And another 3 straight times. Well, you can't hit home runs if you keep walking. Pitchers don't want to pitch to him, so he'll take it.
Interesting. Craig Counsell staying with Hauser.
We've heard managers say that sometimes you have to not concede a game, but when you look toward a series, and this is a big 5-gamer, maybe you have a guy kind of take one for the team, keep that bullpen intact for tomorrow night and beyond.
We heard that about Jeremy Hellickson when the Nationals are in town. He went out there when he was sick and just took on a lot of runs, gave him some innings.
Toward left center field, going to drop in and head toward the wall. Bell is going to be waved home by Cora, and Josh Harrison has himself an RBI double, and the Pirates increase their lead to 6-1.
Starting to have a little fun here at the yard.
Another 2-out hit, by the way, and Jay Hay's on base for a 4th straight time.
And Mercer has a man in scoring position again. Here's the long and winding road for Josh Bell.
The first extra base hit of the game for the Pirates. Can Jordy Mercer keep his night perfect and get a new career high in ribbies?
You know, go for it, Jordy. Take a shot at just running into one.
Good rip there. Yeah. Josh Bell scoring. Gregory Polanco telling him, hey, let's see the steering wheel turn left, turn left. Seems like every team has come up with some kind of signal that they use after big hits. It goes back to,
what was that Z thing?
Well, yeah,
what
the
was that?
Zoltan Z for the Pirates. But what were remember the Brewers years ago?
They all fell down at home plate.
Well, that was one.
Cecil Fielder.
Yeah, the bowling ball.
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder, yeah. But what the heck was that thing they called? Tough-looking swing there for the strikeout. And we will move now to the 8th. It's 6-1 Bucks. Great images from the Allegheny Health Network Super Mo. A super shot of a beautiful night. And it's been a beautiful night for Jordy Mercer as he drives in a career high 4 runs. Pirates have taken advantage of some free passes. Austin Meadows comes on to play right field in a double switch. He'll hit in the 9th spot. Tyler Glass now on the mound now.
His numbers: he has a win, 49 ERA, and he also has a 5-run lead to work with.
Richard Rodriguez, 1 scoreless, a hit and a strikeout. Like the leadoff man Thames, Kane has struck out 3 times.
Yeah, this work against the top 3 batters in the Brewers lineup, exceptional. They all belong to the K Club.
And Bell on the glass now.
Yep. This is it, just out by out now. No rush. 1 foot in front of the other.
Now 5 to get. Keon Broxton not in the lineup tonight. Christian Yelich has struck out, lined out, and walked.
tell you, Tyler Glasnow maybe throws the easiest 98 you're going to see. It's just, I mean, he's big, he's lengthy.
And that one there, 99. Yeah, Glasnow. Never been a question about his stuff in the arm, that's for sure.
Other guys have to labor to get the ball to go that fast. He doesn't.
Be interesting, Steve, to see what the Pirates do. Now, of course, we're still hopeful that they make a tremendous run here. You know, stranger things have happened. Now look what the Oakland A's are doing. You know, out of nowhere, Oakland. You know, you could say Tampa Bay too, but Tampa Bay because of the division they're in with the Yankees and the Red Sox. But with we saw Oakland, you know, creeping up on the Mariners for that second wild card, and they just continue to surprise everybody. They beat Houston again earlier today.
Yeah,
something nobody expected the Oakland Athletics to. The team with the lowest payroll in baseball, a 4-game series victory against the Astros, 6 unanswered runs. They take third of 4 games over Houston at Minute Maid.
How many people know players on the Oakland A's? How many players do you know play for Oakland?
They've become the comeback kids. They've won 19 of their last 24 games. And down on strikes goes Yelich, another punch out. But the point being that you're hoping the Pirates do go on a great run and that they decide that they may want to add rather than subtract. And Neil Huntington said to face the facts that they would have to have a great homestand here. And the 8 games between the Nationals and Brewers, 4-4 isn't good enough. Well, they took 2 of 3 from Washington. They're leading here, 4 outs to get. But if they don't, and if they decide that they are going to kind of concede and they're not going to get to the postseason this year, what happens in the second half? And Neil Huntington said they're probably going to have to make the decision to play younger players. Would they consider a Tyler Glasnow in the rotation?
Stay tuned.
A 100 there. Didn't get a call, but it was a perfect pitch to Aguilar.
And that's a pitch that nobody does anything with if they swing at it. It's just too low, too good, too fast.
'97 up in the zone, 2-1. Too high, 3-1. Chasing up 98 to the National League's home run leader right now, and an all-star for the first time.
Not going to catch up with too many fastballs up there with that kind of speed.
Comes right back at him, and you know you're ahead 6-1. So you want to pound the strike zone.
Yeah, and if your high strikeout speed is 94, you don't throw that ball right there. But 98, go for it.
Pirates pitchers have combined to strike out a dozen Brewers, 10 of them from Jamison Taillon in his 6 innings. And He tries to go with a breaking ball there.
That's the Glasnow bugaboo right there, is the control.
So after throwing those fastballs in the zone, the high 90s, he went with a breaking pitch to try and get Aguilar, and he walked him. Now Shaw.
And if he gets that ball over, he just locks him up. It's automatic. But you got to throw it for the strike. That's the risk. That's the gamble you make.
Hard hit into right. Shaw, first and second. Hernan Perez is going to pinch hit for the pitcher Hauser. And you'd prefer not to use even Crick if you could avoid it tonight.
Yep. See if you can get a couple innings out of Tyler Glasnow. 1 out away from putting up the 0.
By the way, we're wondering what that Brewer celebratory signal was back in 2011. It was beast mode. The Texas Rangers had started that trend the year before in 2010 with the claw, the antlers. Now Alec Asher loosens for the Brewers. He'll be coming on to pitch the bottom of this 8th. .100 misses, 1-1. Two on with 2 outs.
Good looking curveball there. That's cruel. That's the old Steve Stone quote. If I throw the curveball where I want to, the batter is irrelevant. And he threw it right where he wanted to. First time I said that, I think it was irreverent.
that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Chasing the breaking ball in the dirt. Couple more strikeouts. Taillon a scoreless top of the 8th. Bucks leading by 5.
is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Ray Searage talking to Tyler Glasnow.
After a scoreless top of the 8th. Looks like maybe philosophy. You see he's talking about the curveball there.
He does put up the 0. Folks getting ready to tolerate the bottom of the 8th and looking for the top of the 9th.
And the new pitcher,
Alec Asher, just called up, as Hauser was, who went a couple of innings giving up a 4 spot.
hard hit by Meadows, his first at bat. Run play right field and a double switch.
And the Brewers Perez at third base.
Staying in the game after pinch hitting.
Brewers dipping into the minor leagues for bullpen help.
And Meadows with a fly ball to right. Thames. See what Alec Asher recalled from Colorado Springs. Second stint was up in early, middle of May, and just one appearance, as you see. Started the year in the Dodgers organization at AAA Oklahoma City, and picked up off waivers mid-April by the Brewers. Corey Dickerson.
Still talking to Glasnow. Talking about the motion, mechanics. Doesn't look like any grip talk or grape talk.
Looks like about the exhale, though. Both Searage, as Dickerson flies out to the center fielder, Kane, Searage and Glasnow both going through a set position and an exhale. 2 outs.
She's happy.
Yeah, and she'll be happy on Sunday for Kids Sunday, 1:35 against these Brewers. Pirates lunch bags for the kids 14 and under, thanks to StarKist. And every Sunday includes the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone out on Federal Street before the game. And after the ball game on Sunday, kids run the bases thanks to Rivendell. Go to pirates.com/kidsdays. Sharply hit and knocked down by Saladino and over toward the grass. See how the official score rules that. Maybe too hot to handle.
Yeah.
E6.
Yeah. Ball's right at him. He's had a tough night. Very tough night. Must be the eye black.
Or the mustache. Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Second error for Saladino. Elias Diaz. Marte going to try and run here. Maybe not up by 5. They're not holding him on, so he won't go anywhere. Oh, 0-2. Diaz looks for his first hit. Pirates with 9 of them. 5 off the reliever, Hauser.
Souvenir, souvenir. And a gift. Guy got it. Give it to the young lady.
Michael Felice going to get some work in. Recently off the disabled list. Will be pitching the 9th. And at this point, what you hope is you don't even have to get your closer up and loosening in the bullpen.
Don't want to see that tonight.
Full night of rest. Alec Asher. Toward Kane. And we head to the ninth. The Pirates try and take the first of this 5-game series against the first place Brewers.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Tomorrow, Bucks Brewers. Junior Guerra goes for Milwaukee against Nick Kingham. Coverage starts at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by W.B. Mason. Nick Kingham in the middle there of your screen between Cool and Williams. Kingham pitched 6 strong innings against the Phillies on Sunday for the win. Tonight it was Jamison Taillon with 6 fabulous frames.
They're continuing their good, strong starter work. A little string of pearls together. That sets the tone, that's the foundation, and that's the way it's always been. See if Feliz can come in and put a lid on it.
A couple of scoreless innings Tuesday. And the 5-1 Nationals victory. Here is Saladino. Not so great defensively, but on base 3 times.
A fastball with authority. Michael Feliz not wasting any time. He's getting the ball. He's got the sign, and he's ready to go.
One ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Saladino leading off here in the 9th for the Brewers. Solidly hit, but room for Marte. There's one. Saladino finally retired after reaching base each of his 3 times to the plate. Feliz just off the disabled list 5 days ago. Kratz has struck out, singled, and flied out. Headed up the middle, Mercer can't get a glove on it. He's going to go as a hit for Kratz, and that's frustrating because you know if he gloves it, he's still got time to get Kratz. Kratz 2 for 4.
Almost gets enough leather around it, but the glove is not quite long enough. Needs one of those outfielders' gloves.
Another look on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. And now Jonathan VR bounced out in his lone at bat after coming on to play second base in the 6th inning as part of a double switch. The Pirates, if they get 2 more outs, will go to 4-2 against the Brewers in the season series. They'll improve to 44 and 49 overall. There'll be a game over 500 here at PNC Park, and they will be 3 games over 500 against their National League Central Division opponents, while the Brewers, though they do lead the division and it will be by a game over the Cubs, would fall to 2 games under 500 against the National League Central, 19 and 21. They have feasted on the National League West. They've won 11 of 13 games against that division.
Well, if you want to send a little message, maybe make a little statement, first game of a 5-game series, this is the way you'd like to do it.
0-2, the count remains on VR.
A night for Jordy Mercer.
4 RBIs, 3 hits. Pirates with 9 total. And Mercer did it with 2 outs in his first 2 times to the plate. Brought in David Freese with his RBI single in the 2nd, gave the Pirates a 1-0 lead, and after Aguilar had tied it with the home run in the top of the 4th, bottom half of that inning, Mercer singled home Josh Bell to give the Bucks the lead. He had a 2-run single in the 6th. Felice will get 1. Oh, no, dropped. And so the perfect night for Mercer, almost spoiled a bit. Not a great throw from Felice.
Yeah, Jordy mad at himself. Yeah, this is a bad throw, but you got to catch it and just step on second base and stay on second base, get the 2nd out. Might have been peeking a little bit, maybe been looking over to first to see if he had a play.
Jordy Mercer charged with the error.
Pirates had been working on a little string of errorless games. I thought I saw. That ends.
Well, what we didn't want to have happen because of that, unfortunately, is happening. He's not cranking it up just yet.
That's the first error in the last 6. Well, they had 5 in a row without an error. This is the first one in that string.
0-2 on Thames, who has struck out 3 times. So Thames gets on, and now he's in the hole 0-2. And you see Felipe really start to crank it up. Lorenzo Cain on deck. And Mercer charged with the error, but Felice didn't give him any help. Ground ball, and that's through. This will score 1. And now it's 6-2. You hate to have a sour taste on what was a great night to this point. Thames brings home Kratz.
Just out of the reach.
The StatCast shift, you see the percentages, and he found the hole. Wasn't very big between Harrison and Mercer. And now the Pirates buying some extra time for Felipe. Because now another man gets on base. We'll see the closer come in. After 1 out, Kratz hit the ground ball off of Mercer's glove. And then the ball back to the pitcher Felice. Low throw. Mercer couldn't handle it. He's charged with the error. And a ground single by Thames brings home Kratz.
And that's the first time there's been any real action at the top of the batting order for the Brewers. That's single by Thames here in the 9th with 1 out.
The Brewers have won 4 games this season when trailing after 8 innings. Ball 1 on Kane. And we don't have to tell you what lies ahead for either Felice or Felipe. And now it is 2-0. But with 1 out, there is a chance that Aguilar would get a shot. So hold on. Not over yet. 3-0. Felice not close.
Didn't think we'd be seeing this kind of drama in the 9th inning, but you never know what's coming next.
He's ready now. And we're going to see him now. The bases are loaded. Christian Yelich and then Jesus Aguilar. Clint Hurdle will go to the closer. It is 6-2 and the tying run will come to the plate. And so Vasquez will have a chance for his 21st save. Felice got the first out. 2 more outs to get. picked up his 20th save, struck out each of the batters he faced yesterday.
You know, there was a point, Greg, when we were talking about Vasquez not racking up the strikeouts, but he has picked it up now. 39 innings, 55 strikeouts. So the strikeout delivery has come back.
The Pirates all-star has to be an all-star right here because he inherits a bases loaded situation with one out. Christian Yelich, and then the National League's home run leader, Jesus Aguilar.
So why not get a double play like he did, what, the other night with Mark Reynolds?
Yep.
Leave Aguilar in the on-deck circle.
Yelich is 3 for 11 lifetime against Felipe. 3 for 11, a 273 career mark. He's 0 for 3 with a walk in this game.
Little statement sent by Mr. Vasquez.
The other way and foul. 0-2 on Yelich. So the runner at third reaching on the air by Mercer is Jonathan Villar. Eric Thames ground single brought in the second run of this game, and Lorenzo Cain walked against Felice. Oh my goodness. Look at that pitch.
Unbelievable. That's not on the edge. That's in the middle of the window pane. It's painful.
Wow. 1-2.
Well, there's a good looking pitch now. For the first time he comes downstairs and Yelich stays alive somehow.
Yelich knows it should be strike 3. Vasquez knows he struck him out. Aguilar is on deck. Lefties hit 194 against Felipe. Yelich hits 282 against Southpaws. And the other way, and it is a fair ball. And this will score 1. No, wait a minute. Now a change in his decision. Paul Nart has called it a foul ball after ruling it fair. Oh, this is going to be some kind of argument here from Craig Counsell. Changing his call. What happens if I call it fair, says Nard, if you can read lips. He says you called the darn ball foul, or fair, and now you're calling it foul. I'm surprised Counsell didn't stay out there longer. Well, now he's going to get back for more. He didn't like, I guess, what Nart just said.
He's close to running him.
He's going to challenge it. He knows it's, well, he knows he's going to lose the challenge because Nart is pointing to the dirt, which showed it was foul clearly.
He wouldn't have turned around.
He wouldn't have changed his call otherwise. So you know that the time is called, but you know that it's going to be, because he wouldn't have changed it otherwise. Take a look.
He's looking. That's a foul ball, but now he turns around and calls it fair. It's definitely foul.
And do you think he because he got turned around, you mean?
Yeah.
Look at Freeze pointing right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's half a foot foul.
More looks.
Yeah, this is not going to take long.
And it is foul, confirming what Nart had said.
You know, we had that coming because of the call third strike.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Good call on your part. "56 seconds. Call confirmed. The pitch is taken for a ball 2-2. You know, this is an interesting call on the review because you're not supposed to be able to challenge calls in front of the umpires on the fair or foul. Now, I don't know how they made that decision, that they could review that or challenge it, I should say. Bounced into right field. He gets the hit after all. Yelich makes it 6-3. A pitch by pitch of this at bat.
And here's how it goes. Fastball upstairs, strike one. Another fastball fouled away. Here's the pitch. That should have been strike three. Curveball. Foul ball. Now it comes to the interesting call. Misses. And now base hit finds the hole between first and second.
It's a 6-3 game. Yelich gets the RBI, and here is Aguilar. Bounce toward third, potential double play. 1, 2, Rays the Jolly Roger after all. The Pirate All-Star gets his 21st save. Taillon gets the win. Bucks beat the Brewers in the first of 5. Hallelujah.
Vasquez gets the save on the double play as he did against Mark Reynolds. Two power guys got both of them to hit into double plays. And the Pirates put a lid on this win, and it wasn't easy. Much too much drama in the 9th inning, but it's done. It's done. It's the final. The Pirates win the opener.
Double play after the foul ball call was changed. Yelich got the RBI. Aguilar hits into the game-ending double play, and the Pirates beat the Brewers in the first of 5. And by the way, just to clarify that ruling, it's the umpire's call to determine whether a purported foul ball landed in front of his position. And so that was Nart making that call, and they reviewed it. But that's old business now. Around the horn to end it. Closer than maybe the Pirates would have liked, but they like the W.
Yep, it got a little sloppy, but Jameson was brilliant, and the Pirates wound up scoring enough runs, and they got the offense going. And a win is a win is a win. So what you wanted to do, well, you want to win all 5 of these games, but you can't do it unless you win the first one.
There you
Simple
go.
as that.
Yep. And for more, we go out to Rob and Michael.
Greg and Steve, thanks very much. We'll check back in with Greg and Steve in a little bit. Look, Neil Huntington came out and said this team has got to win some games, otherwise they're going to be in sell mode, which makes sense, I think, to everybody involved. 3-1 since he said that, with 4 more to go before the All-Star break.
Yeah, against two very good teams. I know the Nationals aren't playing that well, but you take 2 out of 3 there, and then you come into this series, win the first game against Miley, who has been very good since he's come off the DL. But Jameson Taillon on the mound today puts his foot down, being the leader. And the bottom of that Bucks lineup today was absolutely outstanding. Pretty much all the production you needed, it came from the 6, 7, 8-year-old hitters today. It was an awesome game.
Yeah, 12 at-bats among those 3 hitters at the bottom of the lineup, and they reached base 10 times. We saw Jordy Mercer tying a career high with his 4 RBIs. So, look, it doesn't matter where the production comes from as long as the production comes.
Absolutely, and the timely hitting. Mercer in the 8-hole, by far the best 8-hole hitter in all of baseball. Being able to step up, get big hits in those situations where you have the pitcher on deck, that's invaluable for a team like the Bucks or anybody, because it's tough to hit in that spot, especially when they don't have to pitch to you. They decided to, and he made them pay.
And Josh Bell, a big part of what happened today is he drew some walks, got himself a couple of runs today, and he is with Dan Potash.
All right, Josh, you know, we talked earlier in the clubhouse about the importance of trying to get out to a good start against the first-place Brewers. How fulfilling is it to get out to that start by taking the first game of this 5-game series?
Yeah, just huge kudos to J-Mo. He came out, really dealt tonight. Was throwing all of his pitches for strikes, getting ahead early. Bullpen comes in, shuts the door. Our offense was alive tonight, so it was really fun baseball.
You also told me before the game about the importance of getting to Wade Miley early on. You certainly made things difficult for him at the plate by reaching base several times.
Yeah, just trying to focus on my approach, not swing out of the zone. Put the pressure on him, and guys behind me were able to do damage with him.
I said I wouldn't keep you long. I know you got some people waiting for you. You want to say hello to. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thank you.
All right, Josh Bell and the Buccos victorious in Game 1 of this 5-game series. We'll do it again tomorrow, guys.
Dan and Josh, thanks. 3 walks, 3 runs scored for Josh Bell in the game. Meanwhile, it's our Miller Lite Hold True moment, just as we promised during the game. And how about Jameson Taillon? A little drama in Saturday's game against the Phillies. He comes out and makes a statement today with 6 dominating innings.
Absolutely dominating, really just coming off that last start. I felt like he had something to say, something to prove, and he came out and did it. The effectiveness of all of his pitches today, threw a ton of breaking balls, some for strikes, really expanding the zone, pitching off the previous pitch. When he threw a fastball up, he would go effective velocity tunneling on the other side of the plate with that breaking ball. The slider was timely on both sides of the plate, able to throw it in all counts. This guy was outstanding through and through. He did everything right today on the mound, pitched himself out of 2 jams, the 3 Ks in the third, the 3 Ks in the fifth to get out of that jam. 10 Ks, a career high. This guy was outstanding today.
Yeah, Josh Bell, they're the visitors that Dan Potash was referring to, as Josh Bell signing some autographs, having a good time out there, as the Pirates also treating their fans to a good time. They have won 3 of 4 now after taking 2 of 3 against the Nationals. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 1 of this 5-game set. Coming up on Pirates Postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network. Of course, highlights from this one. We'll be talking to the guys about the work of Jameson Taillon, injury updates on Chad Kuhl and Jung Ho Gong, and more coming up next on Pirates Postgame.